Since Amy and I started camping, we've had the E2 hitch by Fastway. If you've watched our recent escapades through Kentucky and you've seen the roads and the tornadoes and everything else, you saw me bang it up, get turned around. I was working on it in Middle Fork Campground. I don't think it has enough of what we need for our new camper. Ever since we got the F-250, everything just kind of felt off. There's a lot of sway. I just didn't care for it. Some porpoising, yeah. So I watched a lot of other people's videos. I watched a lot of comparison videos, and I decided to go with the Weigh Safe middleweight hitch. A lot of people feel that this is number 2 right beneath the Pro Pride hitch, but the price difference is ridiculous. You're looking at like $3,500 to $4,000 for the Pro Pride, and the Weigh Safe is $900. And first of all, I don't have $3,500 out there. Second of all, I feel that number 2 is good enough for us.
So let's get this thing.
Yep. So let's get this out of the box. I'm going to go through as best I can and try not to bore you too much, show you how this goes on, and then follow it up with how it works on the road.
But first, we gotta take the old one off.
You pull out of there are completely empty. I'm sure it's just to take up space so stuff doesn't shift in shipping. The third box I open has another box inside. And it's super heavy. So I'm assuming that this is the hitch ball. Take it back over. That's the hitch ball. Whew. And the patented Weigh Safe, the scale is the word I want to use. Aha, that's the box is what I was looking for. Directions. And the drop hitch thing. Yes. I got the 2.5-inch shank, so I don't have to use an adapter in my 2.5-inch receiver. Got the 8-inch drop. I'm hoping that's enough. Just gonna slide this in just to double check. Should be. I hope. I also want to mention that we are not sponsored. I paid $900 for this out of my own pocket. They did not send this to me, although in the future, if any company would like to, I'd be more than happy to try it out. So yeah, this is my personal opinion. This isn't Weigh Safe's opinion. I'm telling you from my own experience how this is going to go going forward. So if you appreciate that, you should subscribe, like it, comment it. What hitch do you have? Did we get the right one? We don't know yet. We're still tightening bolts. So stay tuned, people. I'm coming at you soaking wet because it's 80-some degrees out with humidity. Feels like it's a million. So if you appreciate that, that I don't care what I look like on camera, subscribe again. So, as I had mentioned, I need to be 1.25 inches higher than the ball needs to be 1.25 inches higher than this. So this is exactly 19 inches. Maybe 19 and a little bit. 19.25, so 20 and a half. And of course I set the directions down in the back of the camper so I don't have them to know what to do next. But I do know you have to tighten them down. Supposed to torque the bolts to 150 to 320 foot-pounds. That's a lot. Next, installing the frame brackets. They say you need to be 27 to 32 inches from the center of your ball to the frame. So as long as you can fit in there. I've got the battery box and I got propane tank, so I'm gonna be about 30 inches. I'll say I should mark this, but before I really reef it down, I'll just remeasure. So I'm gonna get right in there. That's about 30 inches in between the battery box and the propane tanks. You gotta account for the propane tank cover, which I have off, so it's easier to tighten up screws and stuff. So we will get that, we will get that tightened down, and you want to make sure that all of those bracket bolts are torqued to 90 foot-pounds. I brought my I brought my socket, I brought my torque wrench. Thank you. I brought my torque wrench to make sure that I'm tightening everything down, because I didn't do that before, I don't think, and these things swap around all over the, that's annoying. So let's see here, we got to get the, yep, so the thin piece goes on the inside, this piece goes on the outside, because that's where these are going to go once you get this on. And that's the next step. I'll just talk about it in the next step. So I'm going to get these bolts tightened down, so bear with me. Again, you want to make sure you are 27 to 32 inches. I'm about 29 and a half. And that should be good, actually. The other thing you want to do is make sure you're level. So, use the proper tools. Tighten those too far. So make sure these are level before you really reef them down, otherwise you're not going to have straight bars. And watch where you put that, don't arc your battery. Don't use expensive torque wrenches as a hammer, folks. And then repeat on the second side. So next are the L brackets. That's what your bars go on. They want you to be 9 inches from the top of this to the top of your frame. So get it in there. And that might be as close to 9 inches as I'm gonna get. Hang on. Slide the spring arm to get as close as 9 inches below the top of the trailer cover. So from this point, you're going to want to get the app if you haven't done so already, and enter all your weights and measures. So the app will have you put the fully loaded weight of your camper. A good estimation, ours empty is like 6,100 pounds, so I'm guessing 7,100 pounds. I doubt we have 1,000 pounds of stuff in there, but I'd rather be a little over than under maybe. And then putting in your tongue weight. Our dry tongue weight is like 770, so it's up there. Plus now you added 2 30-pound propane tanks, we got the battery, we got the hitch. So I put in 1,000 pounds. And now next, you have to measure. They want a measurement from the middle of the back axle of the truck, the tow vehicle, to the ball. Then they want a measurement from the ball to the bracket, which we already know. And then they want a measurement from the ball to the middle of your axles. So if you have 1, it's the middle of that axle. If you have 2, it's between the 2 tires. And if you have 3, like if you have a giant 5th wheel, they want the middle axle again. So putting those 3 measurements in, plus your weights, will give you a number of what you want to dial in on here. So that's what we're going to measure now. Rear vehicle axle, the front face of the what? The spring arm. Oh, hang on. I'm an idiot. Always get the proper tool for the job, people. Jeez. At Weigh Safe, you get paid by the yard of tape you use. So this employee got paid a lot. Here's the swing arm thing to get it onto the brackets. Whew. Move my glasses so I don't get smashed. Ran by the amount of cardboard. Holy cow. These bars weigh a ton, by the way. Holy cow. Okay. Hold please. So the measurement they want you to take isn't at the, I was wrong. It's not at the, from the middle of the axle to the towing hitch. It's from the middle of the axle to your spring arm, which is at a 90-degree angle from the hitch. That'll be easier to do.
Now we got assistant dad here to help. Supervisor dad.
No, I'm just here.
You're just here for moral support?
Yes. But I have no idea what all you're doing.
Measuring. So someone's got to help me.
Oh, that'd be me. Gotta go.
Measuring?
Oh,
From the center of the axle
see? He's more than just a supervisor.
to 61.5 inches. Okay. To get the next measurements, you need to hook the trailer to the truck. So that's what I'm doing. Before we put any real weight onto it, we gotta take our next measurements. So that's what we're doing next. We need a measurement from, let me read it correctly, from the center of the trailer brackets, using the side of the spring arm close to the tow vehicle. So from there, a straight line from the center, there we go, use that, to the center of the spring arm is 27.5 inches. And we're inputting all that on our app. 27.5 inches. Now, we need the front of the spring arm to the center of the wheels in the back. So, my lovely assistant is Amy. We're gonna hold this at the center of the spring arm while I go to the middle of the wheels. Now we need to connect the spring arms to the trailer. These are very stiff, which is probably a good thing. Okay. And I like, they give you these thingies, and I don't like them because you put a round pin through a square piece. So I bought on Amazon ones that have the spring attached. So all you need to do is flip it out and slap it down. I love these. They're like less than $15 each on Amazon. Worth every penny. Save yourself some grief and aggravation. It's that simple. All right. We have the spring arms attached. Next. Oh, cool. Okay. So we need to figure this out. Now that the springs are attached to the trailer, it's time to distribute the towing system using the calculated distributed tow weight, which is figured out by the app. My app says that my safe tongue weight range is between 710 and 1,065 pounds. That's a big range. So the middle weight is a 3/4 inch bolt, which, if you have your tool, is right on the end here. So you don't need any extra tools to dial in your weight, which is neat. Clockwise will increase, counterclockwise will decrease. Once the Weigh Safe gauge has reached the safe zone, your system is now distributed. It is important to note that the DTW, distributed tongue weight, will normally but not always read somewhere between 2 to 3 times your tongue weight, which is allowed to be higher than the max torque rating of your hitch. Do not pull a trailer without the DTW achieved. Yes, it was that easy. It's easier when it's not a million degrees outside, I'll tell you that. Fully fit in place when it's parked, most effectively done on flat surface. This is to disconnect. Set the parking brake, pull the stops of the wheels, blah, blah, blah. Remove the things. Lower your tongue jack into the trailer tongue. Okay, I don't need to worry about unhooking yet. Okay, so I'm gonna put all the weight of our tongue onto the thing. If you wanna get down, and don't film me in this, you wanna film the scale, which is the cool part about this whole thing.
And there you have it. Took a lot, but we got it.
Now the true test is to tow it. So getting out from my father-in-law's driveway back to our house, we have a nice stretch of this road, which is 50-mile-an-hour zone. So we can get up to speed pretty well. Do I know the trailer's back there? Yeah, I do. Is it better than the last hitch? We'll see. I'm getting up to 47, 50. Overall, it is a definite better ride than with the last hitch, hands down. It's not a very windy day, so the sway is what I'm looking for mostly. As far as, you got a little bit there. Not terrible. It doesn't last for very long though. Yeah, I'm not loosey-goosey. It feels tight. Is this worth $900? I would say yes, as of right now, without testing it in wind hitting us from the side. And again, I don't even know if there's a breeze today. It's that bad. It's not a good day to be working on the camper, that's for sure. I'm dying. I think right now, like I said, without testing it in a crosswind, I like it. I'm happy that I spent $900 on it. So the true test is going to be, we have a trip coming up on Thursday afternoon. We're leaving to go to Glimmerglass, which is in Cooperstown, New York, which is about a 4-hour drive down the thruway. So that was going to be our test. What? Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't hook up tow chains. I didn't hook up the camper. Oh, the camper hookup thingy.
The brake.
Whatever.
Breakaway
you know
cable.
what I'm talking about. Breakaway cable. I'm talking about. I didn't put
the chains on.
No, that's not the plug. I didn't plug it in.
Oh. See?
So my car thinks I'm trying to run into it. So let me go do that fast, so it doesn't make that awful noise. Run back in.